Districts 4 and 5.
Pay attention! This intersection needs to be rebuilt.
Or wherever else. Where are these people going?
Well, they're
aside from retirement, which is obvious.
They're going to a multitude of places, and one of the things that Chris James has failed to do, because essentially I'd say he doesn't care, is conduct any sort of exit interviews. And he can play this game and push it onto HR that they're supposed to do it, but when you're
the sheriff's deputy's going below the speed limit, and everybody, well, not everybody, several people are afraid to pass them.
Having this day of the week for us, we can come in Friday because of the holiday. I must hear some glad I see a
Wow, why is it so hard to back out of a parking spot?
There's a guy standing on third base when we're tied at 3. Buddy, just hit the ball. Don't strike out. Do not strike out.
Year savings on your cell phone service with Pure Talk USA, and it starts at just $20 a month, depending on the amount of data you need. Switch to Pure Talk today. Just go to puretalkusa.com.
We need to be free, and we have never been free. During the 78 days of the standoff back in 1990, there were tanks rolling through the streets, helicopters, heavy artillery, Canadians watching.
The one behind me is eating something with a spoon while driving.
Making excuses for slavery.
I guess that's the way Domino's does things.
The point is that the Jewish...
Learn how you can join forces at caresofgoma.org.
Did you know Prilosec OTC can stop frequent heartburn before it starts? Yeah, I said before. With just one pill a day, Prilosec OTC gives you 24-hour heartburn protection. That's all day. It works to turn down acid production that you tried to do.
And he goes on to act on these racist views he developed early on in life through a militia called the Red Shirts in South Carolina. Tell us who the Red Shirts were.
The Red Shirts were kind of Klansmen without the hoods who followed the Klan, which was put down.
Which is something if you're private and have a nice cultural mind. Out there for veterans that can go out and, become police officers, get paid almost $1,400 to $1,500 a month, and the government can pay for, while trying to become a law enforcement officer. Since then, even up until probably 2 or 3 months ago, since I've been hired, I've probably followed about 4 or 5 deputies towards the jail, Jewish sheriff. Like I said, may not agree with everything that goes on here, but I try my best to offer employment and
Eileen Warnos, and won a Best Actress Oscar for it. Charlize Theron grew up on a farm in South Africa during the apartheid era. Less than 10 years after her first on-screen role, she won an Academy Award. Terry Gross spoke with Charlize Theron last year when Bombshell was released and asked the actress about her own experiences with sexual harassment in Hollywood.
You've talked about
Truly sports amid the coronavirus pandemic have been on a slippery slope with fans hoping for their team's comeback. The teams themselves a little skittish.
Well, we know the Jets and Giants in the NFL will play with no fans.
Right here back, that heavy along on a beautiful Tuesday.
Morgan, the heating and cooling. So left lane hog.
I see a little Joel in Canada. Joel, how are you?
How's it going, Austin?
Good.
Don't do it again.
God bless you. I don't like it. You know what I did? I bought my own damn house.
Use the middle lane to keep right
And
at the
you
fork.
people in public housing need to do the same thing. When you're on your own, like, by the way, tidbit I'll show you. While you're not supporting
Keep left at the fork.
while you're not paying, you ain't voting for
Learn the drive. You're moving illegally. Don't honk at me when I do it the right way.
Take the next left onto Rutland Drive.
Memorials or commemorations of the anniversary of the shooting are looking like given COVID-19 restrictions.
Absolutely.
Homophobic slogans. The US talk show host Oprah Winfrey's magazine has bought advertising space on billboards saying
You got 8 people dead, and things like that don't usually happen in a small town. I mean, they don't usually happen anywhere, and it was just a real shock.
4+ years actively murdered.
Where do these people come from?
33. The Georgia State Patrol says a box truck rear-ended a school bus yesterday afternoon that had stopped to unload students in rural southeast Georgia, leaving 6.
I must be invisible again.
About 25,000 a year to help take care of them. Basically, it would have been child support, for lack of a better term. Bottom line is, it's a tragedy when these things happen. If those of us that have the ability to cash in or sign up for low-cost insurance or disability programs, really need to take that opportunity.
Man, I'm getting a lot of tailgaters today.
Marine Corps insurance, which he was able to, and as a veteran, he was empowered to, if he's 100% compensated disability, he would have automatically a $10,000 policy that he would not have to pay for, but they give you. And if he's under the 100%,
don't do
it. A small charge that you have $10,000 policy that you can carry. My position on it is that if the family needs, then I would treat it just like a firefighter or a first responder, police officer.
Will delay the opening of Democrat cities and states, which will therefore delay the speed of the recovery of the American economy.
Re-election. Marianne Barnes is stepping aside after 6 terms on the school board from District 1, Creepy, seeking that seat. In Districts 4 and 5,
pay attention!
Check out the coverage in your area at tmobile.com/coverage. All right, back to the phone we go. We have Bruce in Des Moines, Iowa. Hi there, Bruce.
Well, hello, Tim.
Under caution. Baseball last night, the Phillies beat the Braves 5-4. Atlanta had a chance to tie as Dansby Swanson tried to score. He was tagged out at the plate, and that is how the game ended. Braves are off tonight. Tomorrow night they play host to the Yankees. Coverage at 5:55 on 102.7 WGUS. First pitch at 7:10. Golf, Dustin Johnson, a final round 8 under par 63. He wins by 11 shots.
The Democrats were screaming and hollering when Trump promised to send in the federal police or troops to calm things down. Well, they better be careful.
Same towers, just 50% off in terms of price. Pure Radio, Pure Talk USA, simply smarter wireless.
WGEC News Time, 5:03.
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit.
Is this race car going to get in this lane?
He doesn't need to, but I hope not. Did you see that last second?
That was the bluegrass version of it.
Yeah. penalty is for crossing the gore in Tennessee.
There is a station that plays the older stuff. Portuguese accent went to Western Sicily.
Another blind driver. I don't know what.
The day the squirrel got loose at the first something church.
Continue on US 221 north for 3 miles.
Is this guy going to turn left from that lane?
Yes.
Yes, she is. With her phone up to her.
Same taxes on a less valuable piece of property. They'll eventually have to change it because as the prices fall, the values fall. When real estate transactions take place, you can't ignore what's happening in market. And in other words, you have an open house as far as your things right now. There will no problem. That's
What's the
it's a city entire world. New York City and Los Angeles, they ought to be printing money because they got so many people paying taxes. They also have police departments that have more population wearing badges than most medium-sized cities. It takes the potential cost of someone sitting on 2 acres of property and paying property taxes.
All right, she got smart.
Speaking in a nice home, in a nice area, they've got virtually, unless their house catches on fire. Richmond County Sheriff. It was also really good that he sent me letters in the U.S. mail, about 6 or 7 of them, and letters at the radio station as well. And they were put together like you said.
I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started a timeshare industry by exposing the other truth about timeshares and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have over 200
person has completely clammed up, cut off all contact with all of the victims, not under any kind of court order, not under any, because there is a legitimate relationship between the mother or the wife.
Wow, really?
679-0969. Short and sweet, Crescent Automotive is the best pre-owned car dealer in the area. They've been voted that 5 years in a row by the Readers of the Aiken Standard. Oh my goodness, get over to the website. You'll absolutely love it. DriveCrescent.com. The Johnson family
race car drivers
all over the CSRA. And if you're looking for fantastic vehicles, great prices, loaded with aftermarket extras,
they're rushing to get in front of that slow truck.
DriveCrescent.com online. Everybody drives Crescent. You should too.
26 past on America. You can drive.
And he's a jerk.
To this rocker's house.
Republicans continue to say the enhanced unemployment benefit is a disincentive for people to go back to work. Representative Karen Bass disputes that on CNN's State of the Union.
There are a lot of people who are not going back to work because they know it's not safe.
There's honey mustard sauce. So, Lance, what's your verdict? I've changed my mind. Gary's chicken strips are the best I've ever tasted. It's a fact. Gary serves the best tasting
Sure, great to have you here, Mike.
Hi, Russ. I just wanted to say that we were all actually chomping.
Travel to Lance Lewis. Sir, what would you say if I told you Gary's Hamburgers serves the best tasting chicken strips?
That'll happen when pigs fly.
Alright, Dr. Martin, clear for landing.
Roger that, air traffic. Wait, Lance is sampling his very first Gary's chicken strip with honey mustard sauce.
We keep on doing virtual stuff with the Minnesota State Fair canceled this year, but they still have a dairy ambassador, 19-year-old.
State Jewelers, Southeastern Armory, Washington Road at Alexander, online, southeasternarmory.com.
Morning.
How'd you get in my house, E?
Through the air conditioning vent. It's dark in there.
Go away.
How about some Honey Nut Cheerios?
Cheerios. Do I look like a child to you?
Honey Nut Cheerios are tasty and can help lower cholesterol.
Bluegrass Junction on Sirius XM.
Crazy person on the right. 2 plus only. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. So that's not HOV line right now.
Yep.
But that is a crazy driver.
WGAC News Time is 5:36. We're in the home stretch of the hour 3 Austin Road Show, so please don't go anywhere. First, some messages, then Steve Smith at Augusta's
Federal Appeals Court dealt President Trump a setback, refusing to provide immediate relief to stop his accounting records from being handed over to New York State grand jury. Instead, oral arguments are scheduled.
I tend to agree. It's very, very tough for them. It hurts their feelings. The truth hurts their feelings.
Exactly.
Are possible from tropical storm Faye. Elsewhere across the country, numerous showers and thunderstorms today stretching from...
It all claims that he is unduly influenced by the president, that his actions have ignited rather than quelled violence, or that he doles out special treatment.
Irrelevant. It's a cliche. And man, the folks on the left just eat it up.
It's the Nazi.
Left turn from the right.
Oh, that's smooth.
Friday, July 24, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Since the killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis on
Feet, pointing out the little pests, Jim Bohannon on The Offbeat.
Wrong side.
45519 people always are looking at terrible things that happen in the news, terrible things that happen with weather, terrible things.
Free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's big and it's back. The end of summer clearance event at Milton Rubin Toyota. It's so big you can see the...
I'm broke.
Restaurant is. That's where it takes where.
directing you through. The 3400 block on the right, Squirrel Road, just off Bobby Jones.
But anyway, Dr. Struther was fantastic. Sophia was his widow, also the mother.
It's time to get moving with Milton Rubin during the biggest sale of the year. Your whatever it takes dealer, Milton Rubin Superstore.
I had the time to stop. You had the time to stop.
Edition from NPR News. Tomorrow morning at 5.
Okay. Activists and social justice organizers are marking Black August.
Optional red light.
Little Johnny's parents can get in at 7:30.
Well, yeah, and they could, and it only works between certain periods. Basically, that is an inherent function of a smart lock. Okay. It's that, and you can find locks. They come from various manufacturers, but the way that it works is you put the lock on the door. Okay. There's no keypad. There's no key required. There's just a keypad. And so inside the app, and it works on Wi-Fi, inside the app, you could have like Johnny's mom is like you mentioned, 7:30 to 3. She's allowed to open that door. Okay. And then you have everybody's names, and you give them the designated time. If she tries to open that door at 7:29, it's not going to work.
Okay.
Now, when you look at smart locks, there are different manufacturers, but I'd also suggest.
So, the good news is, eventually, you were discharged, and when you were finally done with treatment, you described walking into your...
With Black Lives Matter or United for Change on a jersey sleeve for today, baseball's opening day. Black Lives Matter or United for Change on a jersey sleeve for today, baseball's
NATO ally. It's going to cost billions of dollars to move the troops back home or elsewhere in Europe.
Oh my goodness. That van in front of me is a glass company. M&M Glass, Services of the Low Country. I don't know what he's doing way out here, but their slogan on the van is, a stone's throw away.
That's what sleeping with a CPAP sounds like. If you can't use CPAP, imagine pressing a button and it sounding like this. That's sleeping with Inspire. No matter.
That's pressing the off button.
Just sleep.
For that meditation, we were simply great or shape available.
Brother-in-law, Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient, heard on News Talk and Information, WGAC.
Act 1. Rush Limbaugh, having more fun than I should be allowed to have.
Oh, it's pretty bad when the wide load had to pass a slow driver.
Democrats want to defund and disrespect our law enforcement. The Democrats want to
Tag applied for. No such thing.
Do not align with their own.
Let me tell you a thing or two about the people.
Oh, look. A parking spot for special people.
That dog was so overweight, it's gonna walk.
What if that spoiler helps?
And so when she looked at the Midwest and all these different different ways. She said tornadoes and slowdown. After the all-family Zoom session, so we can gossip about the rest of our family.
That is a real thing. Like,
sports fan. If it's something like strawberries and blueberries, I know something about that.
Bunting, and still out of the park. Out there somewhere in North Augusta, George Escala, WJBF News Channel 6.